Shalom, shalom, Israel. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom to all the men and women who are rehearsing the righteous acts day in and day out. Shalom to you. Before we get started, I want to give all praises, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who are preaching and teaching this truth with humility and sincerity across the four corners of the world to so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous of the Americas. Okay? In case you didn't know, Yahweh is the true ancient Hebrew who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh, meaning he is, he exists. Yahweh Shai is the only begotten Son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Yahweh Shai, meaning he saves, he delivers. Bahasham is coming in the name. And Rahakwadash is the Holy Spirit. Okay, so today's video, don't have a title for it yet, but I'm going to go ahead and play this little skit of a video I found that, the Spirit moved me to do this video. But pretty much it's about Jake, the Israelites and the heathen nations as well are in there. How they, idolized Esau, Edom, right? And how that is the current feeling across the world right now. And it's been like that for a while, but it's getting debunked every day, little by little. People are realizing that this Esau is just nothing but a con artist. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and play that video real quick. Let's go ahead and play it.
Did you visit?
New at 11, the owner of a popular Trump-themed restaurant chain is now facing deportation. Roland Bieni owns several Trump burgers around the Houston area, but immigration officials say he overstayed his visa after entering the U.S. from Lebanon in 2019. Bieni has been arrested and now faces removal proceedings. In a statement, ICE says they are committed to holding all individuals accountable who enter the country illegally, regardless of political beliefs.
It's been reported that a man by the name of Roland Marez Bieni, a 28-year-old Lebanese immigrant who opened the original Trump burger in Belleville, Texas in 2020, and since has expanded into a chain across the state, found himself on the wrong side of the Trump administration's immigration crackdown that he himself obviously supported so vehemently to the point that he put Trump's name on his food. He was arrested on allegations of immigration fraud. DHS said that they've received evidence that the marriage through which he had applied for citizenship was a sham designed to game the system, further stating that this person has no green card, a history of illegal marriages, and an assault charge. So DHS is actively pursuing all legal avenues to address this flagrant abuse of our immigration laws.
Huh?
Chicken tenders are hot, so
Make sure you vote.
This is just funny. I cannot even believe it. So they put a hamburger restaurant that it was all about Donald Trump. Even when Donald Trump, he just keeps saying that he's gonna deport 1 million people a year, and he wasn't even an American citizen. He wasn't even an American. No, just a minute. He wasn't a USA citizen. So he decided to put I just have to go slow because my brain cannot process the whole thing. So he was a resident of the United States. a legal resident. He wasn't even a USA citizen. So he decided to put a hamburger place. It was good. He made money off the hamburger place. And then he he get deported. And on the top of that, everybody that will come to the restaurant, he will just tell them, don't forget to go and vote. I'm telling you, if it's not in front of our eyes and we know that it's true, we wouldn't think that this is like a science fiction kind of thing. Don't you think sometimes that what the things that happen, like this is a real story? Did this truly happen? I feel that way sometimes. I feel that this is how. Well, he and then he still had the business, and no. It's another part of the story, okay? I will tell you the rest of the story in the next couple clips, because this doesn't end here. It is more to the story. Just keep on watching.
Meet Roland. Roland is an immigrant from Lebanon who came to the United States in 2019 and thought to himself, you know what this country really needs? A burger joint dedicated to Donald J. Trump. So he opened up Trump Burgers in Texas. Where else? With Trump flags everywhere and Trump branded buns and MAGA merch. It was basically QAnon themed in and out. And he actually did pretty good for himself. He was even opening up new locations as recently as 2024. Fast forward to 2025 and I shows up. Not to thank him for his support. They basically knocked on the door and said, hey, Roland, get in the fucking van. You see, he thought he was safe because he's a permanent resident, but they revoked his green card. Now he's facing deportation under the same exact Trump policies that he was out here celebrating not that long ago, with a side of fries. Poor Roland really thought that he was one of the good ones. And I don't know when these pro-MAGA immigrants are gonna get it. Trump's immigration policy is not gonna skip you because you put his fucking face on a combo meal. He literally ran on mass deportations. He called immigrants animals. He said they're poisoning the blood of America. They're invading. This is what he said about you. But maybe Roland thought, he's not talking about me. I did it the right way. I imagine that right about now, Roland is finding out that it was never about doing it the right way. It was never about legal or illegal immigration. And it's always been about maintaining that white majority. You know what makes it worse is that Roland's landlord took over one of his Trump burger locations and named it MAGA Burgers USA. He's getting deported and gentrified all at the same time. Poor Roland was out here fucking around, serving Trump combos, and they thanked him by serving him the Find Out Burger with cheese.
So they serve him the FOFA burger to him. And this is the thing, he was building, because if you see on the video, it's like a brand new construction that he's doing that is called the MAGA burger. Yeah, just a minute. The MAGA burger joint. Okay, so he's just making another restaurant that is gonna be called MAGA, because Donald Trump, he with his lawyer. This one is hilarious.
How my hair shocked everyone.
Donald Trump decided to sue him for using his name, because the Trump name is a trademark. Okay, so you don't get to use the Trump name, at least you are part of the Trump family, without paying him for use his name. So so he FO all the way around. No, how he had now he had to pay a portion of his earning to Donald Trump because he used his names. He's getting deported, okay, because he just got the FO burger served to him, and what do you guys think this whole case is just freaking unbelievable?
So you heard it there. The Fafo burger delivered, right? You gotta be deaf, dumb, and blind not to know that this DJ is a wicked heathen and is a major con man. And why would you do that, man? But that just goes to prove the spell that the world is under. And just when you thought, man, Jake, man, nobody could beat Jake when it comes to doing outlandish shit. I'm talking about the 2/3, the most outlandish, most sottish shit you could think of. Jake will do it, but this dude right here, this dude got the #1 prize so far, man. And he's not a Jake. This guy, I believe, is Ishmael, right? Ishmaelite. So, man, this dude got the golden Fafo Burger of the Year award for doing the most silly. I mean, to beat Jake, you gotta be really, man, you gotta be really. And Salakia, this is hey, feel free to laugh once in a while. You just gotta laugh at how these heathens behave out there and their mindset, man. And and Jake is the same way. Okay, Jake is the same way. As you heard the lady, she couldn't help but laugh. This is just unreal, right? And that's what it is, man. You got the world under a spell, right? Even these heathens out there from other nations, right? And surprisingly, it ain't a Jake this time, man. And this guy got the #1 spot right now. I mean, unless Jake comes, the year ain't over with. So you never know, man. Jake is silly as hell too. So you never know what he might pull off to beat Ishmael, Golly. So let's get started here, man. Let's get started here. Let's go here to Romans 11:8. Okay? Romans 11:8. According as it is written, Yahweh hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day. And that's exactly what you're seeing, man. People are completely blind under this spell. They can't hear or see nothing, man. And just like that guy you just got done hearing of, that immigrant, right? The guy wasn't even a citizen, man. Guy was just a resident, right? And this guy decided to open up a franchise, man, idolizing his DJ, man, thinking he could bootlick his way all the way to the top. You know what I mean? So, like you heard the guy earlier, hey, man, he don't give a damn what you could print his name on your burger, your hot dog, whatever it may be, man. You could have DJ underwears, whatever crazy nonsense you could think of. That ain't gonna matter, man. That is not gonna matter, okay? If you ain't no Edomite, he don't give a damn about you, right? And the rest of the world is learning that as well, okay? They're getting served that Fafo burger. They effed around and found out. Got that burger served to them on a nice silver platter, along with a first class trip back to his country of origin, right? And he's lucky he don't get a first class trip to the Alligator Riviera over there, all inclusive bacteria, mosquitoes as big as elephant. He's lucky so far they hadn't said that. But if it would have been a Jake, I guarantee you they might send his ass out there. But anyways, man, this shit is ridiculous here. Only in Babylon do you see this crap, man. This fool decided to make, using the man's name, which is patent, right? You're talking about a guy has a history, bro. A history in suing people, man. And this guy decided to make a whole damn franchise, a burger franchise, right? And that's what they get, man. You got the Fafo burger served on a silver platter, and now you got to pay every damn dime that you'd have made off that man's name, right? I don't know what this guy was thinking, and I believe was what she said. This guy wants to make a MAGA one now. I guess using the MAGA burger joint or whatever. But anyways, man, you see, this is the state of the world, man. You know, they are deaf, dumb, and blind, right? According as it is written, Yahweh hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day, right? That guy can't see the wickedness that's going on in those individuals there. And if you think this is about a certain political side, you're wrong. You can get the hell out of my channel right now. Okay, I'm not about the left or the right of this political nonsense, right? Because that's what happens when you put your faith in the wicked heathen, right? You get shut down, right? As you should, right? Now the dude's got all his earnings, he's got to give it up. You know, his lawyer, the DJ got his lawyer, and he gonna sue his ass for all the money he done made, and send him on a first class trip to his country of origin, right? He got lucky he didn't go to the Alligator Riviera Hotel, right? He got lucky on that one. Maybe later, who knows, they might send his ass over there, you know? But anyways, let's continue reading here. Romans 11:9. And David said, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them. And man, this table, this snare that's been catching everybody here in the last, this whole year, this snare has been catching people, man. Those individuals that thought, oh man, this ain't got to do nothing with me, you know, are getting trapped with that snare. Their own table they done made, right? Let's go into that word table, because it just doesn't mean an actual physical table, right? Let's go here to the Greek transliteration. Trapezah, right? Let's see.
Strong's G 5132, trapeza.
Okay, you heard it. Trapezah, right? The transliteration in the Greek, a table. Okay, let's go to the letter. The number 2, right? Because we know it's not just a table where food is placed, right? It's referring to a station of some sort. Let's go to number 2, the table or stand of a money changer, where he sits exchanging different kinds of money for a fee, right? And paying back with interest, loans, or deposits, right? So it's more than just a table. It's a station of some sort where you are working on, right? You're either working on for you to get money back, exchanging, trading back and forth. Okay, and that's exactly what this dude was doing. You know, he thought he was slick, thought he could, raccoon his way all the way into Esau's crack and be okay, you know, being an immigrant from another heathen nation, you know, and, you know, he learned the hard way. He got the Fafo burger delivered to his ass, right? So now he's feeling stupid and ashamed, as he should, right? Let's go to the Strong's definition here. Probably contract table or stool as being four-legged, usually for food, figuratively a meal. Also a counter for money, figuratively. A broker's office for loans at interest, a bank of some sort. So figuratively speaking, this table that all these people decide to place themselves at the table with Nero over here. They thought they could have a table there because they messed around. They over there trying to, kiss some booty and make their burgers and put the name of the man's burger on there, only to get ashamed and confounded, And that was a trap. That was a trap made unto them, joining a particular party, thinking they're going to be safe under that umbrella, right? Egypt's umbrella. We'll get into that here soon. That was made a trap. That table was made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them, right? And that's exactly what you got done seeing. And man, well deserved for being silly as hell like that, right? Let's go over here to Isaiah, and let's start here, Isaiah 30:3. Therefore shall their strength of Pharaoh be your shame, right? And now that guy's all over the news, social media, the Fafo burger man, getting served that Fafo burger, right? And now his ass is taking a trip back to his origin of country, right? And the trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion, right? So this guy, completely oblivious, not knowing what type of heathen he's dealing with, right? Over here in Babylon, right? This guy completely oblivious, completely confounded now, confused. Like, what did I do, man? I'm over here. I made the man a burger, put his name on it, and he served me the Fafo burger in return, Lesson learned, okay? And man, like I said earlier, man, it's like, how blind do you got to be? But that goes to show, man, that's proof, man, how deaf, dumb, and blind is the world to not see what's going on, right? And continuously trying to be part of Egypt over here, man. Or over here, or Babylon, man. Doing whatever it takes, whatever low moral ass kissing they do, it doesn't matter, man. They're going to try only to be shamed, only to be confounded and confused, right? And that's exactly what's going on, man. Babylon over here is serving that Fafo burger all year round, right? Let's go over here. Real quick to Isaiah 45:17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed, nor confounded, world without end. Okay, you're not going to be ashamed like these fools over here, man. Relying on Egypt, right? On the umbrella of Babylon the Great. Because in the spirit, in case you didn't know, that America is Babylon, Egypt, and Sodom, right? In the spirit, if you could receive it in the spirit, okay? Because we do understand, just like people regenerate in the spirit, okay? And these people are a nation together, which represent that nation in the spirit, okay? Egypt, Sodom, and Babylon, right? Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. And that world without end is talking about Yasharalo, the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous of the America, right? And we also understand that there is a speckled bird out there, okay? That people that look like some of those other nations, but their lineage goes back to a Negro, Hispanic, and Native Indigenous of the America, which go back to Jacob and the 12 tribes of Israel, all right, the Israelites, okay? And you could receive it in the spirit and kind of break it down where you could kind of understand that a little bit. So again, that's why you have to put your faith, and your hope in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, right? Not in damn Babylon, spiritual Egypt over here, because that's what's going to end up happening, man. How lost do you got to be to think you could come over here to a whole nother niche thinking, oh, I'm going to open up a burger franchise, using the man's name, which has been trademarked. Again, this guy's a pro at suing. He's got a track record of suing people, battling in court forever. So he's going to sue his ass, and probably already did, and taking all the money he done made, right? And then deport his ass, right? Serving him his own Fafo burger. And that's what you get, man. That's what you get, man, relying on Pharaoh, in Egypt over here, Out of all people, man, Pharaoh, The Fafo burger being served on a nice silver platter to everyone, right? And the Israelites are getting served that as well, because you got a lot of Jake out there, that was joining along this party and stuff. And again, it doesn't matter what party you think is on, man. It doesn't matter to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, man. You have to be on the side of Yahweh, and that is it, man. Okay, because you're relying on the system, and the system is ran by this Edomites. Okay, so it doesn't matter what side you get on. This was prophecy. Okay, and they made these two parties just to divide. Okay, on purpose to keep everybody confused and playing along this script that's already been rigged for them to keep everybody divided and confused, right? This is Babylon, the beast, okay? The beast of the earth, how is written in the book of Revelations, right? Because you got the beast of the sea, right? Which we've said it plenty of time, which is NATO, right? The other nations, the sea representing the nations of the people. But it's the NATO, the European nations, right? The Edomites, right? And then you've got the beast of the earth, okay? And we can go there real quick. I didn't have that on here, but the Spirit is leading me to look that up real quick. Because that was, this is Revelations 5:17 and 5, Salakia. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon, the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth, right? Mystery Babylon. It's not a mystery anymore, because the true men of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai were able to discern in the spirit who this nation is, right? And we've been preaching this, beginning with the apostles and elders of the great millstone, have been letting everybody know who this mystery Babylon is, who this mystery Babylon the Great is, right? The mother of harlots and abominations of the earth, which is America, okay? This is the Babylon. This is Egypt and Sodom as well in the spirit, okay? Let's go here, and here we got written, here we go, and the angel, let's go to Revelation 17 and 7, and it's going to talk about the two beasts here, okay? The beast of the sea and the beast of the earth, right? But we know that the beast of the earth is talking about America, and not only that, but it's talking about the government, the system that was made by these heathens in order to keep division and confusion amongst the people, right? All right, let's go to here, Revelation 7:17 and 7. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which had 7 heads and 10 horns, right? The 7 heads is if you could receive it in the spirit, is NATO, right? The EU, right? NATO is the 7-headed beast, with the 10 horns on top. Okay. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is, right? And that's what's getting ready to happen to Babylon the Great here. This beast is about to be destroyed by ICBM missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles, right? Over here to the beast with 7 heads, right? Let's go to number 9. And there is the mind which had wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the women sitteth, right? And let's go over here. Here we go. Let's go to Revelations 13, and this is talking about the beast of the earth, which I was looking for. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, right? And those 2 horns represents the 2 parties that you see here in America, in Babylon here, right? And he had 2 horns like a lamb, symbolizing that, the lambs is that Christianity doctrine, right? But he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, right? So those 2 horns representing the blue and the red, but he spoke like he's heavenly. He spoke like he's a lamb, like he's all about, righteousness and God and so forth, right? But in reality, he was speaking as a dragon, okay? Let's go here to Revelations 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spoke as a dragon. Okay, so those 2 horns is referring to the 2 horns that the beast had, which is a nation, which is talking about here America. Babylon the Great is referring to the 2 political parties here, right? That causes division and confusion amongst the people, right? He had 2 horns like a lamb, right? The lamb symbolizing Christianity, of righteousness, right? But he spoke as a dragon, right? So they talk a big name, even in their American dollar bills, talking about in God we trust, but they speak as a dragon, right? And you can see all the laws that are being placed every day to vilify Jake and to incarcerate Jake, right? Send him to prison, send him to camps, deport him, etc. Right? All these weapons that are being used by these Edomites. Okay, there are weapons to destroy the nation of Hebrew Israelites. Okay, they speak a big game, right? But they have those 2 horns. Because that's exactly what it is. It's a beast with 2 horns. And these 2 horns, that is their job, is to divide and conquer. Okay? But he spoke as a dragon. Let's continue reading here, Revelations 13 and 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Right? And that fire he's talking about is these ICBM missiles. Right? Just nuclear warheads that he makes come down from heaven on the earth, right? And bringing scarcity, bringing fear into any opposing nation out there, right? And ultimately, the plan is to get everybody under the beast system. Right? And it's the CHIP system, right? that we're about to read here, Revelations 13 and 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Right? And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay? So all these political weapons that are being used, right? All these laws that are being written out, amended to be able to be used on you, Jake, right? On you Israelites, right? From the northern and the southern kingdom, right? Weaponizing these laws and new orders that are being sent here in Babylon the Great, right? Eventually to the final plan is to get everybody under this, MOT system, to eventually have everybody, receive that mark. And that mark will be the mark of this beast. And the beast we just got done reading, the beast of the earth, right? Who that is, right? It's here, Babylon the Great. Okay. So that is his final and last resort of a weapon to weaponize the whole world into taking this sea hill. Okay. But again, if you were given the spirit of slumber, you won't have eyes to see or ears to hear this 100% true gospel that's being preached every day by the apostles and elders of Great Millstone every day, and the rest of the brothers that are bringing out this 100% truth, right? In order for you to have the discernment, the spiritual discernment, to receive the true name and be able to receive the gift, which is the Holy Spirit, and to be able to discern the times that we are living in, right? We're living in some really wicked times, dealing with these heathen nations, right? Okay, so I just wanted to speak on this. Spirit led me to do this video, and to do this video. So as you saw, the Fafo burger is being delivered every day more and more. And, the year's not even over yet. Who's to say some other fool is going to do a more outlandish shit than that Ishmaelite dude decided to do, right? So, again, hopefully this was edifying to the hopeful elect. Before I go, I want to give all praises, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who are preaching and teaching this truth with humility and sincerity across the four corners of the world to so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous of the America, and the speckled bird that are amongst those other nations that look like those from those other nations, but their lineage goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as well. Shalom, shalom.